Pilates mat class today. Grab a small ball if you have that, or a yoga block would be great, or a rolled up towel, something that you'll be able to use as we move along to especially squeeze with the legs. So if you also have a blanket or another like squishy Pilates mat, you might have that available for your knees. If we are doing work that is on the knees, you might want that cushion. So I suggest having that handy and nearby. Otherwise, let's get rolling. So you'll grab your ball or block, whatever you're using. And we're going to go ahead and just turn to the side here. So I want to bring that right into the inner thigh space. So maybe not quite all the way up to your knees, but just slightly lower than that. Sitting up nice and tall, go ahead and place the hands just right behind the thighs. So deep breath in. I want you to take that big 360 breath, so it's all the way around here. Okay, so inhale, shoulders stay down and relaxed. Exhale, blow it out. And I want you to blow out every last drop of breath. There's no breath left. Deep breath in. Expanding all the way around. Exhale like you're cinching in a girdle. Squeeze the inner thighs also as you kind of get the waist smaller. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale it out. Good, 2 more, just like this, nice and smooth. Inhale. Those shoulders stay relaxed and down. We're breathing into the side waist and into the low back. Exhale. Like you just cinched a girdle, and you're getting it smaller and smaller and smaller as you're blowing out the breath and squeezing those inner thighs. 1 more here. I want you to lift your chest, but pull the ribs in. Keep your head neutral, ears in line with shoulders. And with that last exhale, blow all the way out. Imagine you could even get a little bit taller. Good. Now bring it back about just an inch or 2, or maybe about 2-3 inches. Okay, lower back. Bring it back up. Feet are away from your sit bones so that you have enough anchor here that you don't have to worry about your feet popping up. And we don't really want to increase this angle. So we're just going to stay right there. Inhale, exhale up. So when you lean back, we're not leading with the back. We're not going to lead like this with the shoulders. We're going to lead with the chest lifted. So bring that chest up, ribs in. You're just hinging back and hinging forward. Okay, inhale, squeeze that ball to anchor. Pull in deep, exhale. That exhale should automatically lift the pelvic floor. So you're going to inhale complete and then exhale. Okay, 2 more. Inhale back. You're staying lifted and tall, not rounding your back. Okay, 1 more. Inhale back. Squeeze those inner thighs. Exhale, bring it up. And then go ahead and scoot your sit bones up a bit. We're going to roll it all the way back to the mat. So come back as far as you can and then start rolling down to the mat. So we'll keep the ball here. Hands right beside the head. Inhale. And now as you exhale, float the shoulders up. Reach to the end of your mat. Scoop out through the belly. Bring it back. Inhale. Now on that inhale, I want you to be mindful that your ribs aren't just plopping or lifting up and you're kind of arching in your back. So pull the ribs down, start there, then exhale, lift up and reach. Bring it back, watch the ribs, inhale. Exhale, lift and reach. Good, deep breath, still squeezing that ball on the exhale. Exhale up. 2 more. Inhale, nice and slow back. And then exhale, bring it up. 1 more. So take a look down at your belly. I want you to feel like you're trying to pull it inward, not pushing it outward. Okay? And bring it back down. All right, keeping your ball or block here. Now, if you feel like your head is kind of kicking back, your chin lifting up, place a small blanket behind your head. Okay, so I'm actually going to place a
Not very much, just a little, because my ponytail's kind of in the way. I don't feel like moving it today. So I'm going to just even that out. Okay, so now my chin is neutral rather than kicking up to the sky, ears in line with shoulders. We're going to squeeze the ball again. Inhale, 360 breath. Exhale, start to activate and float the feet up. Bring it back down on the inhale. I want you to keep your rib cage down. So place one hand across your ribs right here. Okay, pull down, anchor into your mid back. The low back will just follow along. Okay, it should be a softness behind the low back, but it's not arching or rounding. Okay, so lower it down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. You're going to lower down with the inhale. Continuous movement. Inhale, lowering down. Tap the feet. Exhale, back up. Shoulders stay back and down. Inhale. Try to push down behind your mid back. Ribs stay down. Exhale. We're engaging the transverse abdominals. So that space, that girdle that runs around your waist, connecting ribs and hips, and then across like a band all the way around the edges here underneath. Okay, so come back down. Inhale. One more. Exhale, bring it up. Now pause. So your legs are in this little kind of table position, little flat tabletop. I'm going to set the ball off to the side for just a moment. So one of our favorite moves, our dead bug. Right? So I want you to pull that belly in, rock those ribs down, anchor. Start to take your left leg, reach it out. Right arm goes overhead. And just pause. Back to center, exhale. Think about if you were flipped over and you were in tabletop position and you were lifting opposite arm and leg. That's all we're doing here. Back to center. But I want you to focus on feeling the imprint of your back toward the mat. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Because I want you to remember how this feels when we come back up into hands and knees. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Pull the ribs down. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Your leg does not have to go down that far, so if you just want to reach your leg slightly to the corner of the room, that's okay, or where the wall meets the ceiling. If you want to take it down lower, or even with a bent knee, your variation may differ from mine. So let's go for 4 more. Okay, knee can be bent. 3, 2, last one, and rest. We're going to draw the knees in, hug it down, and rock it side to side. All right, placing your left foot on the floor, but walk it out away from your glutes here, your sit bones. Taking the right leg up and the right knee rotates out. So we're doing single leg circles, back to basics here. I'm going to pull down the rib cage, anchor through the sacrum. So not necessarily into your lumbar, I don't want you to smash it down, but imagine your sacrum kind of like there's little studs that are pushing down from either side of that sacral space, and they're anchored into the floor. Okay, so now that right leg crosses over, you've got the anchor, no movement of your hips, and we circle it back up. Inhale, cross. Exhale, circle up. Inhale. Exhale, circle. Notice there's no wobble in the hip. So we don't want any movement here. I want you to be safe and be completely secure through your core. Your core is engaged always. All right, so we don't want to over-engage. I'm not saying keep it tight all the time, but we're using it for stability. Okay, so 2 more this direction. You're going more to the left than to the right with this right leg. So you're stopping at right about your shoulder on that right side. Now reverse. Pull those ribs down, reset, inhale. It goes down, across, and up. Down, across, and up. Now you're trying to draw a circle on the ceiling. If that means your knee needs to be bent, go ahead and bend your knee. That hamstring can kind of inhibit that movement. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, and bring that knee in, give it a little hug, resting for a moment. We'll switch sides. So walking this foot down the mat helps. Okay, so if it's too close here, it's harder to anchor yourself because you're pulling that in, and now we're really having to balance. So extend that foot or send that leg out so that your foot is away from your glute. Take the left leg up. We're going to try to rotate externally with that leg. Arms can be down just to give you a little more anchor here. And I want you to pull your rib cage in. So cross over, inhale. Exhale, circle, sweep it back up. Watch what's happening with your hips. Even though you're really focusing right here with your rib cage, this should kind of take care of the situation. I still want you to be mindful of what's happening down here at your hips so you don't have a lot of excess movement like I'm doing now. I'm not rolling all around that sacrum. I'm just anchoring down into it. Okay, so last 3 this direction. Shoulders back. 2, 1, and now reverse. So down on the left and then cross it up on the right. Down, around, cross. Everything's secure right here through the core. And this is what we're using for stability. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee in. Give it a little hug. Bring both knees in for a hug. Good. Now, bring right knee in as left leg moves away. So straighten out that right leg. The shoulders can remain down. Your next option is to take them up. We're going to add just a little pulse, but not a pump. So we're not pumping the head. Little pulse. 1, 2. Switch. 1, 2. Your shoulders can remain down. 1, 2. So this is where you might like a blanket under your head. Inhale. And exhale. Legs can go anywhere from pointing to the sky to across the room to almost parallel to the floor, depending on the level that you're working today. And when that leg comes in, it's a very subtle pump or a little pulse. Remember not to pulse your head. Let's go 4. Breathe. 3, 2. Shoulders back. 1. And release. Bring both knees in, resting the head down. Go ahead and just kind of rock side to side a few times. And from that single leg stretch, we're going right into double leg stretch. So go ahead and lift your feet up a bit. First move looks similar to our dead bug, but it's both arms and legs. So we're just going to extend the whole body. Reach it out. Keep the ribs in. Exhale, circle, sweep around. Inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Your next option, once again, is to go lower with the legs and or float the shoulders up through part of the movement or all of the movement. Inhale, reach. The lower the legs go, the more I want you to contract the glutes as they start to lower down and engage through your powerhouse. Inhale. Reach it out long. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, bring it in. Last 3, 2. Give me 1 more. Reach it out long. Exhale. And rest. Awesome work. Bring the feet down. One of my favorites. Here goes. We're going to do our crisscross here. So starting with fingers just spread wide behind the head, all the way down the neck. I like to put the thumbs just kind of right at the jawline. Gives you a little support right here. Okay, rest back into the fingertips. Elbows out wide. Lifting left knee up. Crisscross yourself over and over to the outside as far as you can. Come back to center. Inhale. Once again, I want you to anchor through your sacrum, okay, so that we're not kind of shifting our way. So here's me rolling to the side to get over there. All right, I'm not shifting my whole body, just shifting your shoulders up and across. Exhale. Get that breath. Inhale. Exhale, cross. Now you could take it another step by straightening the opposite leg and reaching and back to center. Exhale, cross. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross. Good job. Inhale, center. We're going for 8 more total. So it's just 4 each side, not too bad. So you can continue here or keep your legs floating for 8, 7, 6, 5. Breathe here. 3, or maybe it was 4. 3, 2, 1. All right. Very nice. Bring those knees in. Lift the feet up. Arms are out to the sides. We're going to keep the knees together, or you can also squeeze something here so that they don't pop apart. Okay, and sometimes I think it's better to squeeze than maybe just to squeeze those knees. So squeeze an item is good just because it's going to keep those knees more in line with your hips rather than letting them collapse in. Okay, so squeeze something here as we rock over to the left, keeping that contact with the floor and the shoulders as much as you can, and then back to center. We're just hovering. Okay, back to center, over to the right, pause, anchor through the left shoulder, come back to center, over to the left, exhale, bring it up, inhale. Once again, you want to be mindful that your ribs don't start to pop open. We're going to keep those down even here. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, bring it back to center. We got 4 more here. So inhale, exhale, and 3. Good. 2. Nice and slow. Control. Think about those muscles that are working, the obliques helping you to rotate as well as those spinal rotators working. Okay. Maybe a bonus. Let's do a bonus. Back to center. All right, bring the feet back down. So we've still got the ball block, whatever you're using, between the inner thighs. We're going to bring the feet up a little bit closer. So shoulders back and down. Inhale, start to scoop tail just a tiny bit and connect those ribs and hips as you lift up. So finding your bridge here. I want you to press into all 4 corners of your feet and even into your big toe as you also then feel like from this bridge, like you could push your knees slightly towards your toes right there. Okay? So making sure that your head is flat, you've got space behind your neck. Okay, so lower it back down, nice and slow. Ribs and hips staying in a nice little connection here. Okay, so inhale, lift up. Lift that unit up. Exhale, lower down. Still finding your breath. Everything is about the breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. Just 4 more bridges. Lift. Exhale down. 3, equal pressure through your feet. Shoulders slightly down. Just really think about pulling them back. 2. Give me 1 more bridge lift. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Very nice. Go ahead, take your ball. Actually, let's just leave it there for a moment. We're going to reach the feet again or walk the feet down toward the end of the mat. Reaching your hands toward the sky, similar to where we started a moment ago. So I want you to pull that rib cage down. Take a deep breath though, 360 here. Exhale, start to scoop. Float the shoulders, reach to the end of the mat, squeeze that ball. If you can continue your roll up the rest of the way, go ahead. Otherwise, just take that moment to reach. Okay, bring it back down. Slowly, slowly, slowly down. Inhale, just reaching to the sky. Keep the ribs closed. Exhale, squeeze the ball. Blow out the breath. Scoop through the belly. You might not be lifting all the way up. It's okay. Okay, inhale. You're going to continue to work where you are, but focus. Don't think about the end result. We're not thinking about, oh my gosh, I can't get up. I'll never get up. Because you won't. All right? If you say it and you believe it, it is true. Okay, inhale. Just think about the movement. We're just getting stronger. So give me 2 more, wherever that is for you. Inhale. Pull those ribs down. Connect deep. Exhale, lift. Inhale. And exhale, bring it back down. And then full body stretch. Reach it out. Wiggle out through the hands, through the ankles. And find your way into seated. So that might be bending the knees, rolling to one side to get up. If rolling all the way up is an option for you, you can rock and roll your way back up. I gotta fix this hair. All right, so we're gonna take the heels out to the corners for a moment. Okay, so heels to corners. We're gonna take the ball in front of us. Okay, if you have something that doesn't roll, it's okay. You could also do this with nothing at all. I'm going to take that right in front, and it's going to roll just a little bit. Or if you have maybe a rolled up hand towel to use, could be very nice here because it will move, has a little movement to it. Okay, so placing one hand on top of the other. I'm going to push down into the ball here in front. Inhale, and then exhale, pull the belly in, scooping out and moving forward with just the upper body. So it's like there's a band holding me here, and it's pulling me back, and I'm reaching forward. Soften through the knees and come back up. Inhale. So soften those knees up a bit. Take the hamstrings out. We're not looking for a big hamstring stretch. We're doing a spine stretch. So reach. Engaging through core deeply. Come back up. Inhale. Now also I want you to be mindful that it's not a shoulder shrug. Okay? It's a pulling apart of your shoulder blades and a scooping in and up through the belly on the exhale as you push forward. And then come back up, inhale. Think of cat stretch. Exhale. Come back up, one more, inhale. And exhale. Back to center, you can leave your item here. Or take the arms out for the saw. Sitting up tall, inhale. Start to rotate right to left. So I'm reaching to the left foot, reaching over, continuing with that same spinal stretch. Okay, so pull the belly in, knees softly bent. Inhale. Rotate, and then exhale, reach. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. Like you've got something pulling at your waist. You're anchored here. Like there is a strap around your waist and it's anchored to the wall behind you and it's pulling you back, but you're trying to reach forward. I like to think of it like there's a sock behind the dryer and I'm trying to reach as far as I can to get it. You know, it's like it's just right there. I can almost get it and then come back up. I think we've all probably had that experience, right? Where you're trying to find your way into reaching to grab something, but you're not quite there. But if you could reach just a fraction more, you're almost there. Okay, keep going. Come back up. Last one. Exhale. Good. Come all the way up and release right there. So we're going to set the ball over to the side and just rest to one side. So if you're mirroring me, you can go ahead and take yourself onto your right side. This is where I'm going to add that little cushion underneath the hip because I'm going to be sideline. So in your sideline position, make sure that you're not too uneven though, that whatever you have is going to give you enough cushion but not too much lift. Because if you want to lie all the way down, we want to make sure that there's not a disturbance here. Okay, so we're going to keep everything pretty neutral. So I want you to keep both side waist nice and long. Bottom foot's going to turn under and you can move it forward just a bit. So we're going to work on our leg kicks today. We haven't been working on our leg kick series in a while. Okay, rotating the other leg, actually let's just start with it forward. We're going to go front to back first. So pull up, zip up, pull those ribs in and pull the shoulder blades down. Bring the leg forward, 1, 2, exhale, bring it back. When you bring it back especially, I want you to really pull up and in. Inhale, 1, 2, exhale, hips stay steady. Use the glute when you pull it back. 1, 2, exhale back. So there's a noticeable difference here between this kind of rocking motion that the body might do, the seesaw action, and stabilization. I want you to find that stabilization. 1, 2, bring it back. Let's go 3. Last 3. Take it back. 2, try to grow that leg out an inch. Bottom leg, knee is lifted, toes turned under. If that's an option for you in your range of motion. Now bring it back to center, rotate the knee up, and now inhale, lift it straight up, pause, exhale, flex, lower down like you're squeezing from inner thighs to heels. Bring it up, inhale, Exhale down. So if you find that it's bothering your neck to hold yourself here, you can rest down on your bicep. You could also place a block or a pillow underneath your head. Okay. So now inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze it on the way down. Get that leg a little longer. Up for 3. Good. 2. Give me 1 more. And pause. Very good. Reach it out through the leg, through the foot, through the toes. Little circles for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse the circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Take it up. Bring it down. Very smooth. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath. We're reversing this motion. So we're going to take it straight up, bend the knee. Now push it out like you're pushing something off of your leg and down to your heel. Up, down, and push. There's a little action there. Good. Push it out. Now pausing. Legs are glued together. Get yourself situated. Make sure you're tied up here. You've got ribs and hips that feel like they're kind of slightly pulling together, but then your shoulders are pulling down. So everything's engaged. Inhale, lift both legs up and lower down. Up and lower down. Very good. So here I want you to feel like you could roll forward slightly with your top hip. Bring your legs back an inch or so, maybe 2, so that everything's lined up. We're not rolling back to lift. We're just lifting straight up to the side, which I know is more challenging, but that's the point. Let's go for 2 more. Zip up those inner thighs. Here we go. Toes are out, heels together. You've got your mermaid tail on. Hold it. Try to balance. Lift that arm, engage. Tail down, abs engaged. Let's lift up little ones right there. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't go anywhere. Hand to the floor. And now big scissors. Don't bob your head. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Bring the knees in. Awesome work. Push yourself up. And let's swing the legs to the other side. But before we actually get to the other side, come on up. So we'll just be ready. We're going to come into tabletop. Remember, I promised you a tabletop. So imagine that you were on your back again. I want you to close your eyes a second. Okay. Make sure your knees are separated about hip distance. Your hands are underneath your shoulders or your wrists are under your shoulders. Okay. Now, close your eyes. Go back to when you started. Imagine that you were pressing the middle of your back into the mat again and your sacrum was anchored. Okay. Those two things connected. You can keep your eyes closed, see how it feels. Go ahead and start to lift your left leg. Keep that engagement just like when you were on the floor. Reach your right arm forward. If you need to find a little focal point, put a soft slit in the eyes, just gazing to your mat. Bring it back down. I want you to feel that contact just like you had it before. Inhale, right leg back, left leg or left arm up. Imagine those contact points. Bring it back down. Ribs pulled in, sacrum level. Inhale, reach. Good. Exhale, bring it down. Neck long, space around your neck. Shoulders drop back. Again, reach. And bring it down. Take it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bring it down. Nice work. Flip it over to the hip now. So now you're on your left side. Ready for our leg kicks here. Propping your head or resting it down all the way on your bicep or a block or pillow. Okay, put the legs together first, then turn the toes under on the bottom leg and try to lift that knee so inner thighs engaged. Top leg is reaching. We bring it forward. 1, 2. Hand is here for support. Exhale. Don't overarch. Okay. Inhale. 1, 2. Exhale back. Inhale. Find the breath. Let the breath just lead you into the movement. Inhale. Exhale back. We're trying to eliminate wobble of the body by making sure the core is active. Okay, last 3, 2, 1 more, and then we'll bring it back together. Go ahead and rotate the toes up, the knee up. It looks like a big mermaid tail here. We're going to take that top leg, reach it up, and bring it down. Okay. Good. Inhale up. Now, if you find that you do have imbalances in your hips, not uncommon at all. And if you're finding that to be kind of a little burdensome today, because right now I'm feeling fine, some days this clicks and pops. So if that's the case, bring them forward a little more. Okay? See if that angle might help a little. It's okay to bring them forward into more of a pike. Okay? So just find what's working for you in that particular moment. Don't worry about always doing the same thing. You have to always be moving with your body and where it's at today. Okay? So last 2. Zip it up. Feel like that leg could get a little longer. And 1. Good. Now pause. Reach out through the foot. Little circles without allowing your upper body to churn with it. Okay, so 3 more. 2, 1. Now reverse it. 6, 5. Still breathing. 4, 3, 2. Side passe. Bring it up. Knee. Reach. Lengthen. Good. Inhale. Reach. Get it longer. 1 more. Reverse that. So I want you to take it straight up. Bend the knee. Push a box off of your inner thigh to your heel. Bring it up, down, and push. Good. Last one. Here we go. Zip up that mermaid tail. Inhale. Bring the legs back just a little bit, floating. Engage and lift. Rock your top hip just slightly forward. This arm here is there for support. Try to do most of the work though, balancing in your core and keeping that top hip stacked on bottom hip. Good. Try to keep your heels pushed together. See what happens. Last 3, 2. We're getting ready for big scissor no bob. Hold it and go for 10, 9. So if the room is shaking, you might be bobbing. Okay, slow it down. Here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Bring the knees in and push yourself back up. Very good. Let's just sit on that hip. Okay, so right where we landed. So we're sitting on the left side. We'll reach the left arm up and over. And then bring it back down and over to the other side. So now you are finding your mermaid stretch. It's the only thing we show up for, much like Shavasana in yoga. It's the real reason we show up to Pilates class, just so we can do the mermaid stretch. Bring it over. That's not the only reason. We know that. Okay, come up. But it's a nice reminder of how good it can feel to stretch out, especially after you've worked your body. Let's come back up to center. Take a little pause. So if you want a little deeper stretch, you can bring that leg out further and come forward. Stretching into the hips. Bring it back up. We switch sides. Okay. So you can just stagger your feet like I am here, or you can take that big Z sit. It depends on how it feels for you. Reach it up and over. Right arm goes all the way over as far as you can, leaning from your waist. Come back up and reach. Give it a little twist at the bottom. Back up. Inhale. Exhale over. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach. Give us 1 more right here. Big stretch. Try to lean into it. And then come back. Give it that big twist. Back up to center. And if your legs were not already in a little Z sit, you can take this option to stretch out inner thighs and outer hip. Come on, back up. We come to seated. And I think time just flies when you're having fun. So everything flew by today. Bring the arms up, big sweep. Bring your hands down. Give yourself a bow
to your inner Pilates rock star. Very good. So proud of you.